Y-Site Y Stories are a powerful way to showcase your members' positive experiences and attract individuals to join the Y. By actively promoting members' personal testimonials with Y Stories, the Y can harness the power of word-of-mouth marketing and provide an authentic insight into the impact the YMCA has on people's lives. Let's take a look at using the Y Stories module and how you can quickly and easily add these testimonials to your Y-Site. Let's begin by looking at what goes into making up the Y Stories page. On the Y Stories page, we have some introductory text and a header image. Beneath that, we have a link to go to a Share Your Story form where your members can submit testimonials for Y Stories directly to you. Underneath that, we have the testimonials themselves. Each story is broken up into their own section, and each story consists of a thumbnail image, the member's name, and some text indicating how long they've been a Y member. Underneath that, we have the Y story itself, as well as the ability to read more. By clicking on that, we go to the detail of the Y story, where we have the name and the member since year and the full testimonial. To go back to the Y Stories list, we can click the Go Back link. Let's now go to the Y-Site admin and see how these Y Stories are configured. I've navigated to the Marketing application in the Y-Site and clicked on the Y Stories module in the Modules column. Here you can see the 5 tabs associated with the Y Stories. The first tab, Y Stories, lists all of the individual Y Story testimonials that have been created in the system. The next tab are the different categories of Y Stories that have been created. To add a new category, you can click the Add Category green button. And to delete a category, you can select it, enable the action menu, and then select Delete. In the Setup tab, we can enable advanced setup configurations, and currently that's not being used in our Y-Site Y Stories. In the Database tab, we can import a text file that is used as the source of our Y Stories testimonials. And we can also export a text file that includes all of the Y Story testimonials that currently exist on the site. Finally, we have a Statistics tab that will show some statistics on each of the Y Stories currently in the Y Stories module. Let's return to the Y Stories tab and investigate what goes into making a Y Story on the website. We'll navigate down to the Olivia Baker Y Story and click the Edit pencil. Here we see the detail for this Y Story. We have the name of the person providing the story. We have the category that's set for this Y Story. Currently we have 2 categories, Spotlight or Y Story. If we need to add a new category, we can add one here, or we can always add one in the Categories tab. Beneath the category, we have the text editor that will allow you to provide the testimonial itself. This is the full detail of the Y Story from your member. Underneath the story itself, we have a reference to an image associated with this Y Story. To select the image, we click the blue Select button, and the system will open the File Manager. Here we have a variety of images related to our Y Stories, and we can click to select the one we want to use for the particular story we're working on. To add a new image to the Y Story File Manager, all we need to do is drag and drop that picture from your desktop, and it will be uploaded into the site for you to select. Moving down the page, we have the YMCA Member Since field, and here you can enter the year that your member joined. Additionally, we have a field for age that can be used on the Y Story, and that is entered here. We have some additional items. If we want this Y Story to not be visible on the site, we can turn it off, and if we do want it visible, we can keep it on. If we wanted it available to be selected by admins, we can have it on. If we don't want admins to select this story, we can turn it off. We'll keep it on. If there are organizational tags that we use with this story, they can be entered here, and they can be selected. and this allows this Y story to be referenced in other places of the site. And click the X to remove it. We have some meta tag information where we can add some general and social media meta tag information. And at the bottom, we can apply our changes, which will save the changes to the database and allow us to keep working on the detail. We can save our changes and return to our list of Y stories, or we can, of course, cancel our changes. I'll click Save to save those changes. Let's now take a look at how your members can share a Y story right from your Y site. Back on the Y Stories page, we have a link to a Share Your Y Story form. Your members can click on that link, and they're taken to the Share Your Story form. From here, there are multiple fields that can be filled out that prompt your members to provide some great testimonial information for you. Additionally, at the bottom, if a staff member is submitting on behalf of a member, they can enter their name there. Let's fill out this information and submit the form. With that information entered into the form, we can now scroll to the bottom of the form, confirm that the submitter is not a bot, and then submit the form. We're taken to a thank you message, and now let's go to the Y-Site admin console and see where that form submission information resides. Back in the admin console of the Y-Site, we can navigate away from our Y Stories module, go to the website application, and go to the Forms module. Once in the Forms module, we can see the Submissions tab, and we can see we have a Share Your Story submission waiting for us. We can edit that item, and as we look at the page detail, we can see all of the information that was submitted by our member. We can copy and paste that information and use it as a new Y story. Y-Site Y Stories emphasize that the YMCA is a place where real people experience real transformation and fulfillment and are easy to add to your Y-Site.